The Sharp Tank.
Mm-hmm.
No jumper. Sharpest, coolest podcast in the world. And today, got my Queens brother in the building, man.
Yeah.
Got Consequence in the building, man. How
Love
you feeling,
it.
brother?
Everything is
Hey, man,
everything.
It's a blessing to have you here, man, you know, and to come and share the mic with you one time, man, you know, and chop it up with you. It really is a blessing. So I appreciate you for coming. Love,
I appreciate the hospitality. Wow.
No, most definitely. How was your traveling? Have you been here?
Well, I came from this. This is the Told You So hoodie.
I'm not hip. My bad.
Let me put you on a G real quick.
Yeah.
So I flew in from China. I was in Haku, China for Kanye and Ty Dolla Sign's listening party in China. So this is the merch. So I said, hey, you know, want to throw something brand new, you know, for the people to check out or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've been moving. I got my new album dropping September 27th. It's called Nice Doing Business With You on my label 192 Records. It's my first release as a CEO.
You got that one dropping on the 27th?
27th.
Okay.
100%. Yeah. So it features Ye on it, YNW Melly, my son Caden the Crown Holder, and the legendary Chris Rock.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about that, but I want to jump back to, because you were at a listening party with Ye and Ty Dolla Sign in China. Man, I got to know the experience, man. It's been, you know, with all the people with the Diddy parties and the, you know, just being around some of these high-profile celebrities.
Right.
Can we please clear the air? Like, how was it to be at a listening party with Ye and Ty Dolla Sign?
For me, what my takeaway was that I actually had official fried rice.
Yeah.
I have been eating fried rice all my life, but never had it in China. You know what I mean? So I had some official fried rice, and I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to smuggle some of that shit back to America. I mean, you know.
Got better taste? Just better than here?
Just felt more authentic.
Yeah, probably just the atmosphere.
It was the atmosphere.
Yeah, maybe probably what made it taste better.
Maybe it's the atmosphere and
you grab that shit around the corner out here, you'd be like, this shit tastes like some bullshit.
Right, and the fact that it looked like it'd be like at least 10 people could actually make this shit from scratch.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I had some great Chinese cuisine out there. It was good to catch up with my bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been working on my album for since Donda. So we may have caught up like once or twice in the midst of that. But it was just great to catch up with the bros, you know what I'm saying? And you know, everything was everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he had his kids with him, so we wasn't really in that, you know, that adult space, you know. So it was just more like family vibe, and you know, some of the, you know, the first tier group of the crew was out there, so it was good. It was good. Shout out to Manapa and IB and Sakaya. It was good.
You feel like they show love more in like places like China than they do like United States when you traveling overseas?
I mean, well, I think specifically for this event, because the whole island came to this shit. You know what I'm saying? I think
the whole island came to it.
So Haku was like a outskirt of China and shit, and so there was I think they said there was 7.2 million in ticket sales and about like over 50 million in revenue for Haiku. You know what I'm saying? So I think all of them came out for the experience. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, for many of them, that's gonna be a once in a lifetime experience to experience you know, like a Ye event or whatever the case is. So, you know, he runs through 90 records because that's where his catalog is at this point, and it was great. It was great. It was also great just to see. You know, I'm still a student of the game, so just to see like what people outside of America are acquainted with and what they know the words to, because obviously there's a language barrier between, you know, the Mandarin and English or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that, you know, some of the bigger records is, you know, melody based, you know, it just gives you a inclination of what's what should come music wise. You know what I mean? So it was a great experience.
Yeah. No, it's definitely fascinating to hear, different artists' side, like of when they actually go do some traveling, because, a lot of people, they don't travel. Like a lot of artists don't get that chance. They don't get that exposure, that chance to pop, to go over to somewhere like that.
Right.
So I think, just to hear somebody's experience of having to go over there and just seeing how, they love his shit. They love a lot of other people get rich.
Right.
Going overseas, they don't even care about getting any money here.
Word. I mean, and I mean, ultimately, as an artist, one of the goals should definitely be just to have worldwide exposure and a worldwide audience. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I write a rap for everybody to hear it, not for just my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like that's obviously it starts with just my niggas, but you want it to be as good enough to where someone in haiku will be like, oh yeah, that's that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was going down. It was ill. It was like I actually seen a Chinese woman with a freakum dress on. I was like, I didn't even know they did that shit over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's a little,
yeah.
Most definitely.
We live in one world at this point. So it ain't like you doing something that somebody else can't get into, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Word, shit is real.
So it was good to see Ye when you was out there. You made sure you linked up with him, Ty Dolla $ign, listening party. Everything was cool in that mix. What else was going on out there for you when you was out there? Other than eating some rice.
Just on business. Right now, it's all plays. You know what I'm saying? It's all plays. Like I said, I got the new album coming out, and I got my son. Me and my son are doing a collab album called On the 192 that's coming this year as well, and my son Kate and the Crown Holder will be dropping next year. So it's all plays for me right now.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about 192.
So 192 Records is named after the block in Queens where I came up, the 192 in Linden, which is, people may know that for it being in the Check the Rhyme video by Tribe Called Quest. They standing on top of the cleaners, that's 192. And so that was our Broadway or our 125, or you know what I'm saying, like our Sunset Boulevard, you know what I mean? Or that's where we posted up, and like
center stage.
Yeah, that's center stage. Great way to put it. Yeah. So that was our center stage, and even me being in Tribe, being on 192 one night, I wound up having a friendly battle cipher with Run from Run DMC, and word got back to Q-Tip that I got busy, and eventually that led to me eventually joining Tribe for Beats Rhymes of Life.
Because I was gonna ask you, how'd you even get caught up with them and just the relationship that you got with Q?
Right. Well, once again, so that's my family, and my grandpops actually was the trailblazer. My grandpops is a gentleman by the name of Slim Turner. He was one of the kings in the street of Harlem. You know what I mean? He ran numbers and showed a lot of love. So, ironically, there's a lot of like the Harlem World guys, Cardan in particular, like grew up, like, yo, Slim is that guy. And so I met him in the industry, but because I lived in Queens, they didn't correlate it. So they met me as Consequence and not Slim grandson type shit. You know what I'm saying? But,
So like that panned out for you better or for worse?
Inheritance is a thing, right?
It's a motherfucker, right?
You know what I'm saying? So inheritance is a thing. So for them, when I tell them that, they like, oh, word, that's like Prince Akeem level in Harlem, right? You know what I'm saying? For me, that's my grandpops. That's grandpa though. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me it was a double-edged sword, because he taught. This is how I wound up even being here after debuting almost 25 something years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't come home empty-handed. We men, we don't come home without that bag. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so, but maybe if I would have been moving like, oh, I'm Slim's grandson, Bow, it might have been like, you don't get that same dog. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that same dog in you. You know what I'm saying? Because you Because there's a slight sense of entitlement, right?
Right.
It's already been laid. I don't have to be a dog. I ain't move on that. He just showed me how to be a dog. Right. And then when I get in the street, niggas are like, we supposed to bow to that. Now you ain't gotta bow. I'm a dog, nigga. What's up?
You don't live in nobody's shadow.
Right.
A lot of people.
Right, but it's cool that that's mine though.
Yeah, it's cool, but you don't use it as a crutch.
I don't use. That's
not your crutch through life.
Or
in that area.
None of the plugs been a crutch for me. They been a plug. I put them in the wall and get charged up and get going. You know what I mean? That's where we at with this shit.
Yeah, no, that's live, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You would tell me about doing 80% of your production for your joint, because it seemed like you did a lot of it yourself.
Well, once again, that's like I said, I never used the plug as a crutch, so I never sat around hustlers and then learn how to bag up, and I never sat around. Why would I sit around Kanye and Q-Tip and Jay Dilla and not learn how to cook up? You know what I'm saying? Not know what it takes to make chicken fried rice.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? So now I'm at the point where I got the chef kiss.
Yeah, because doing 80% of the production for your album that's a lot of work, man. That means you left like 20% just to like put out some streams. The
20% is Kanye did Bloodstain. Timberland's producers did the record with YNW Melly, Overdose, that's out now.
Yeah.
And I collabed with Fireman and Kizo Kane did one joint, and the rest is me. And my team, you know, I definitely shout out to everybody who worked on the project with me. Tom McLean, Arden Artino, and Rich Keller on the mix, and Zach on the bass, and Jalen Black on the string. Like I had to put an ensemble together, but you know, it was well worth it.
Yeah. I gotta know consequences, because I'm curious, because not a lot of people can land this type of feature. You know, you gotta tell me about the Chris Rock feature, man, and how you even got a hold of that.
Is there gonna be a recurring theme? I don't sit on the plugs.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No, granted, I get that,
right.
But you know, he doesn't really hold as a plug to anyone. I feel like him, Chris Tucker, just anybody, or you know what I'm saying? Like just anybody that's in that format. Like they don't really f with everybody. You know,
right.
It must have been something about you for him to say, hey, I mean, come on, man, this Chris Rock at the end of the day.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like he's not a rapper or artist other than, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he can be an artist and actor.
And he in another tax bracket.
That's
what you're trying to get
at. That's right.
Right. Yeah, so he in a whole nother tax bracket.
For you just to have him on there nonchalantly, like.
Once again, you know what I'm saying? You only as good as your last game. That's why with these things, for me, it's the game I play. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, that ain't a plug. That was a battery. Like a big old battery. That wasn't even a plug, bro.
Nah, it's a jet engine.
Yeah, that wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? So speaking of jets, so since you asked, look, so when I first met him was maybe in the 10s, like, you know, like maybe like so I had, unbeknownst to me, I had his favorite verse on a Kanye album, which is the verse I had on Gone, on Late Registration. So when we met in passing, you know, seeing him, was like, yo, fan, appreciate your work. Dapped him up. He's like, oh, work, you know. He said, what's your name? I said, Consequence. You mean The Consequence? Like, yeah. Yo, you got my favorite verse on any Kanye record ever. So, and he didn't really put together that I was part of Tribe at the time, you know what I'm saying? So we kicked it on that note. So then, you know, things come around 2016, we do the last Tribe album. Which, you know, rest in peace to Phife. We wound up doing Saturday Night Live and did a tribute to Phife on there. Chris was there, so you know that's further continued the build.
Sparking.
Yeah, you know
it's
what I mean?
Sparking.
So then we get to 2018, and when Kanye's working on the Wyoming projects, which is, you know, Pusha T, Tiana Taylor, Nas, and Kissy Ghost to his album. Kanye has a big listening party, has mass celebs flying, and Chris flew in, and he said, "Yo, whenever Consequences around, I know great music is coming." You know what I'm saying? So he pulled me to the side, was like, "Yo, what you got popping after this?" And I'm like, "Shit, just going back to New York." He was like, "Yo, I got a PJ. You take a flight?"
It's Chris Rock.
It's Chris Rock. Yeah, you want to take a flight?
How'd that make you feel? Like, damn, this.
It made me feel like I need to pack. Nah, man.
And ASAP.
Right. Let me pack and get my shit together because I'm gonna head back that way. And so on the flight back, we chopping it. He like, "Yo, I'm working on a vinyl version of my Netflix special called Tambourine, and I would like you to rap on it." Word, okay, yeah, no problem. We go to the studio, knock out 2 records in an hour. I mean, because I'm like,
you already excited for it. You already,
yeah. I'm like, oh, this is what the fuck I'm talking about,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, make you want to get in your bag.
Now, mind you, I'm just on the strength doing it because I'm just like, yo, I feel honored to have him speak of me once again. Like I said, he said it out loud in front of everybody. When Consequences around,
and he ain't have to do that. 100, yeah.
Nah,
that's where our minds is at. Like, damn, you didn't even have to do that, bro.
Right. So he's speaking his mind, which that's what it is. Mm. So I do the joints, I just had the chance to work with Chris Rock. Now, when I get the call, yo, so let me ask you, he calls me a day later, he's excited about the shit. Yo, so I want to make sure you straight on this. What can we do?
Yeah.
Whatever you good. When I tell you this is the easiest and best bag I got, because it took me an hour to do 2 songs. 2 songs. I was like, oh, my nigga.
You're living proof of why artists shouldn't be afraid to step out the box and collab with people like that.
100%.
And like talk to them, because you just never know who's a fan of you.
Right.
And like how you did, you was like, man, I got Chris Rock in my face telling me how he's listened to every joint I've done with Ye and said I was the best on every single one. He ended up flying you on a private jet, having you come knock out 2 songs that gave you one of the biggest paydays that'll stand in your top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's...
And then I got the feature for my album. That's the story.
What a remarkable one. Like, it's just like, because it just shows people, like, and this is why I want people to hear that, because it just shows people this is all it takes sometimes. Like, it's just getting out and bumping shoulders.
Right.
People are so afraid, Consequence, to be, like, sometimes you got to go places other people aren't willing to go.
Right.
Sometimes you got to go by yourself, right?
Right?
Like, people always think they got to move with an army or move with a team. Nah, nigga, sometimes you got to get up, motivate yourself, get dressed, get outside, get to that building that you probably should have been in. Even if you do got to, finagle your way in or talk a little something at the door, slick talk them to get in.
Hey, listen, a little finesse ain't never hurt nobody.
Ain't never hurt nobody. So I just feel like people need to hear that. Like, and how you say, you was like, man, shit, you didn't know.
Right.
Man, been listening to you forever. That was probably the last person you ever would have thought walked up and spoke on you in front of everybody.
And sometimes we sleep on ourselves, and we don't realize, impact, and we don't realize, what people digest from us. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's a testament of just the regimen. You know what I'm saying? Just getting up, getting to it, getting up, getting to it, getting up, getting to it, get to it, get up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And no matter what obstacle, get up, get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we, as a culture and a people, can't forget about the fact that at one point, we either did anything to get up and get to it. You know what I'm saying? We either did anything to be able to shop on Rodeo. Our parents would have did anything to be able to retire and move to the South. You know what I'm saying? And just be chilling. So a lot of times when we see these avoidable disasters, we got to bear these things in mind too. Like, yo, what is the significance behind what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? What is the purpose for what I'm doing this shit for? You know what I'm saying?
Life ain't worth shit without goals. and reaching them. People have goals and don't get them. You know what I'm saying? Don't meet
or
them.
Forgetting about your goals that you set in the first place. Like, why do all that shit and then when you get to that spot, abandon what got you there in the first place?
Well, I've said it before. That means that I've seen somebody with something I want and I'm trying to reach their goal now instead of trying to stay on track for myself.
That's called one-up shit.
Yeah.
And that's shit.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, though.
100.
It's true.
100%. 100%.
You know, it's alive and well.
Right.
You know
now, fuck shit is alive and well.
I think that's what fucks people up. Like, and you seem like a conscious brother, like, where you don't really get knocked off the pivot too easy. You know how to stay focused. You know, as an artist.
And it's something that you have to be conscious of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like shit is outside. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. You know what I'm saying? But when you live in your purpose, it makes navigating shit that much easier.
As an artist for you, how do you stay focused and, you know, stay on your game like you do, other than, you know, just having some goals? Like, because I feel like everybody that knows how to make it has a program, right? And it's a certain way that they program.
Right.
Just saying, getting to it, working, yeah, that's cool, but there's probably some things that you do for yourself, even if it's taking a motherfucking hike, nigga. I don't give a fuck, like going screaming at the top of the mountain, coming back down and being cool.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, for me, you know, being diagnosed with lupus and diabetes changed my life. I'm blessed. I'm now at the point where my A1C is at 4, and sometimes it's 5, depending on what I eat. So when I was diagnosed, it was like over 14 and shit. And so, for me, the number one thing is self-awareness and discipline. Like, you know, knowing I went through that, I would be a fool to be sitting here eating a Snickers at 3 a.m. You feel me? Like, that don't make no sense. You went through all that shit, then you fried.
Because that shit hurts your body.
Right,
so you could feel it. You knew, you was like, nah, I don't think I want to feel that shit again.
No, right.
That shit scary.
Right.
You right, man. You even pick it up or hold it and be like, nah, I'm cool.
Right. I'm not going to literally sit here and cut my own fingers on barbed wire.
You got a sweet tooth, church? You like just desserts and things like that?
Periodically, not nothing crazy. Like what my problem was I was a breadhead. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know. I was never taught how glucose busts down. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to learn that shit the hard way. You feel me? And so yeah, it wasn't even like I was sitting here tearing cupcakes up, because I wouldn't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even fucking, nah, that wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? But but would I make pancakes? 100%. Would I make sausage, egg, and cheese on a bagel? 100% with wild butter, right?
People gotta watch that shit, church. Like, cause I'm gonna be honest with you, like, even for the youngsters that be like 22, 23, 24, like, nigga, your time coming. Once you hit 30, your body change.
Right.
Like, whether you want it to or not, like, you have to start doing something for it.
Right.
Like, something.
I literally got my son. I'm introducing my son to salads and cucumbers. Like,
you gotta know. You wanna stay healthy?
Yeah.
You
like, you want that six-pack you got? Cause, bro, Shake Shack, Shake Shack and Qdoba, you gonna have something hanging over your belt line.
Not even that, man. You just ain't gonna live long, bro.
Right.
And I know to a lot of people that probably sound funny now and like, oh, you young, but that shit catch up, boy, till you quick.
Yeah.
Had your ass having a heart attack eating bad at 34.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
I lost one of my partners to that vibe and shit. Word. Shit is real.
It's real.
Peace, D Hugs.
Man, tell me a little bit about the Tri-Piece. You know what I'm saying? The Tri-Piece collab from Icebox y'all did.
So we got,
speaking of
we got that dropping right before the album, and you know, it's in celebration of Tribe's induction into the Rock Hall of Fame, and you know, I collaborated with Z and the staff at Icebox, and you know, Tribe never had a Rockefeller chain or, like a Rough Rider piece or whatever. So I thought, let me cook up. So we cooked this shit up, and this shit, it's gonna be a limited quantity. Definitely looking to get the group, all the joints, and we outside. We made it to the Rock Hall. Like my first album is in the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's crazy. That's
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And see, that was the first time you get real that was your excitement, but it still kept calm. You really try not to. You try to analyze it, bro.
No. I got I gotta keep my hustler hat on, but that shit is like to be able to still. I could still rap, and that's happening. You feel me? Like a lot of times, let's just be real. Like that's what they give you on the way out. Job well done type shit.
Speaking of way out, right? Because even you saying that, you're still rapping. Do you feel like it's like football, basketball, almost like a sport to where you're good at it for so long, and then kind of it might find that turning point to where you ask yourself in the studio, damn, do I still got it?
I think that's a matter of lifestyle, right?
Lifestyle changes though. Church, and
100%. 100%. You know what I'm saying? 100%. So
what you was doing in your 20s, you wasn't doing in your 30s, and if you was, it was fucking you up, and it was just it catches up.
That's
with you.
The 30s. When you get to your 40s, regardless of what you want to do and what your mind tell you, if you live in what you can't do is to live two lives, right? Yeah. So to be a rapper is the same commitment as being an NBA player, right? So you can't get to 40 plus or even late 30s, right? And expect to have premium concentration level, because that's what it takes to rap once you get older.
It's I compared them though, because I feel like it's, there's greats on both sides. Right, so it's does it find its retirement point?
Well, this is the thing. When you want to, that's why they have the term settling down, right? Because you start winding down from the climax of the output that you had in life, right? So then you start getting to a point where I gave X amount of years to this cause. Then you got a relationship. You let's say you in a relationship and you got kids. Your kids don't have a fully committed you, because it takes the commitment of concentration to be an artist. It doesn't. That's why when you start hearing niggas, them bars ain't like that. It's because it ain't the same level of concentration dedicated to that shit. Like your bitch is pulling at you, your kids is pulling at you, your niggas is either unhappy because everybody wanted to be a star and it only happened for a couple niggas, right? So it's all these things pulling at you, and that's the kind of shit that makes you be like, yo, I kind of want to just be, I kind of just want to be a little less responsible. I want to just be able to chill with my broad and not wake up the next day and damn, I got to write a verse. You know what I'm saying? Niggas get like that. That even in the NBA, like I said, their commitment to keep a jump shot, then you can't be having side bitches and shit like that. That shit is, nigga, that rim gets smaller the more times you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
It just is what it is. Especially now, that's just if you're just doing that. Now, if you like to drink, smoke, or do some hard shit. Oh, nigga, this shit ain't for you no more. You want to live that life.
Yeah.
And I think what happens with a lot of guys is that you warned me about that. I think what happens with a lot of guys is that they don't understand this is for this and this is for that. They try to still say I could do both. I could let's say motherfucker, hardcore motherfucker. I could fuck with the lean and play football. No, you can't. I can fuck with the coke and still shoot a jump shot. No, you can't.
Well, there's a couple that are contest to that to you.
By and large,
there's a couple probably. And they come from the like 90s. It ain't nobody new. Nobody new.
There's anomalies in every example of everything.
It wouldn't be anybody new, so I wouldn't even hold you to that. It would have to have been somebody from, I'm talking about like 88, 89.
Right. Well, this nigga's rare. This nigga's rare, nigga.
Yeah.
This nigga's rare. This nigga did it.
Yeah,
this nigga did it. This nigga was doing that shit and doing that shit 100 miles an hour.
Yes.
Even the most average excelled nigga, they crash out, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? They crash out. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, like I said, it's just self-awareness. You gotta know who you is. You know what I'm saying? And some shit, if you can't manage some shit, you gotta make decisions.
I wanna say this is where it's gonna sound kind of fucked up, because I have to agree with you when you say, like, you know, you got a wife, you got kids, you know, let's say you're an artist. You are an artist and you got wife, you got kids, you got all this, and then you start to look at it, you like, what you about to rap about? Because rappers rap about what they live. What, you gonna talk about your kids and your wife the whole motherfucking way?
Right.
I'm not saying that a song couldn't get off if you had some popularity.
Nah, but that's when niggas start hitting you with this.
Yeah, like,
I'm good.
How far do you?
I'm good, OG.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm good, OG, because
as sad as up as that may sound, because it's like, damn, that might be a man's family or a man's life, but it's like
that the game, it's the game, my nigga. The game ain't on that. The game want what the game want.
What's up? Yeah, like it's,
you know what I'm saying? That's all good, my nigga, but the game is moving.
You're a real nigga though, bro, because you kept it a base. Like, no, that shit ain't acceptable.
Right.
Bro, like, he's like, that's why I say, I even give it his credit to say you can at least get one song off you had some popularity, talking about, you know, but even then, it's like, you taking a chance.
And you could give a nigga a message, that's cool. And when nigga spit it back at you, you gotta accept it, because the game is the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying, like, the game, cause you got on, that don't change it for the rest of the game. The game is still about what it's about. It's about niggas getting in, being hungry enough to get to it, and getting on they dog shit. Like, nigga, when you got a leash on, you should stay in the crib.
I'm telling you, I know it's gotta be hard for niggas that got that to try to actually put out music. It's gotta be.
Right.
Like, I'm talking about, and really wanna stand behind it and know that you telling the truth, nigga. Even you sitting there, if you telling somebody else's story, all right, but just,
all right,
you get what I'm saying? All right, my nigga.
All right, my nigga, right.
If that shit blows, somebody gonna pick that shit apart. And it always happens like that. Like, that nigga wasn't even on that, nigga. That nigga had a wife and kids, nigga, and lived up over here, bro. He wasn't on that.
Right. Come on.
But me and you both know that story, it don't sell. That's why you was like, the streets gonna want what the streets want. So that's why I always say, I think it's hard for a lot of rappers to even convert to something like that, to having a life, because they're so caught in the lifestyle. It's like, I know if I do something like that, it's like, if a nigga lead a league, will they still love me the same? And it's like,
and the streets could tell when you resource raping.
You
know what I'm saying? Like, when you just come in to get that, and you
resource raping. Ooh, that's a cold one. R&R.
R&R, right. they know when you came for R&R.
That's a cold one. I like, hey, that's a cold one.
Ain't got nothing to do with relaxing.
No, at all.
I mean?
No, not at all.
It's when niggas know you only around because you trying to relight the pilot. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you ain't really fucking with it. It's transparent that you ain't fucking with it like that too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said it's a choice, because the commitment, you got to have a commitment to the streets as well. Like, niggas want that feeling when they get around you. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, man, it's just a matter of self-awareness, man.
Yeah, man. Tell me about that. What's that? Nepotism, I want to say.
Yeah.
Nepotism in the black community versus other cultures.
Well,
how you feel about that?
You know, definitely with the hood in particular. You know, due to our experience in America, we haven't been, just like I spoke about my grandpops earlier, you know what I'm saying? And us having to kind of decipher what's acceptable nepotism. When you dealing with any other culture, everybody else is allotted the grace to give to their family. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and start a business and don't give my son the tools for success. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying?
We've been getting whooped out for so long.
We've been getting whooped out for so fucking long. We've been getting whooped out for so long that we think a beating is part of it.
You ain't telling no fucking lie.
You know what I mean? And that's the part. Like, that's where it comes to. Nepotism is supposed to put the belt away. We keep getting beat, bro. Like, whelp after whelp.
Nepotism will be not doing that album or that collab with your son.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh no, we gonna stop the ass whoopings.
You know what I mean? Like straight up. Like you like I'm trying.
We gonna stop that shit.
Corny because they would say, you doing it because you when that's what you should be doing.
Listen, you should go read the 48 Laws of Power. You should before you read that, you should
Niggas don't read, bro.
Listen.
Whether
you do or you don't, books are there. Let me give everybody. Let me look at this camera on No Jumper. let me give everybody watching this a jewel. Books contain information. Without information, you don't got no finesse. Let me talk to the streets for a second. Without no finesse, you not running no plays. Without no plays, you not getting out the peas, bro. You, your mama, your auntie with the big titties, none of y'all are leaving. All right? Get a book. It don't gotta be, listen, my favorite book is The Can, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because at the end of the day, it's information. It's information. You need to know why Jesus did this and why Moses did that. All right? I'm telling you some straight, real game. For anybody who think they got G, you know who invented G? G-O-D. That's who is the author and architect of all. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying to y'all is like, yo, you need information. Anybody you seen get rich, Donald Trump, no taxes, because he got the information. That's why y'all, it was better with Trump, because he had the information. Why? Even with Biden, he may or may not have business information. We got to get out of that shit. That's why we keep getting rocked and beat.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because we feel like when we read a book, we getting beat over the head. I'd rather get beat over the head than get beat on the back.
No, they feel like they get capped on for it's not cool to be the smart nigga no more.
Listen, it's not cool to be broke. All right, niggas? Don't say ain't nobody tell you.
Straight up, he said, bro, f all that. It ain't cool to be broke, and it's not. But you know and I know, it's like not cool to be, you see them roast niggas online for being healthy. Roast niggas online for doing anything that can be positive.
Listen, take care of your family, all right? Do that part. You worry about another nigga, listen, do that part. Everything else gonna come. When you do that part, you gonna get the bitch you want, the whip you want, the crib you want, the kid you want, all that shit. It's all one road, no butter. All right?
192 records. I don't believe it. I'm calling some cap. 192 records.
What you calling cap on?
192 records.
Why you calling cap? Well,
just to poke at you.
Oh. I mean, it's the most.
That's crazy though, because that's cold. That's cold.
Listen, at the end of the day,
that's cold.
It's about what it's about. It's about legacy. It's about leaving a legend. You feel me? If you ain't trying to do that, I don't know what we doing, beloved.
You're right, because even with these interviews I leave, I'm probably at like 140.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's all about leaving something behind, whether they don't watch it now.
Right.
But they might double back, and it's always about leaving some useful information. And from, you know what I'm saying, the artists and from other people, it's spreading this information, man. It's very important.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 192 records. What does the future even hold for you after that? For consequence?
Intellectual property at an all-time apex value. That's what we doing, you know. I built a publishing catalog that has sustained me. And once I put out Nice Doing Business with you, it's all business, no play.
I gotta know, because I was gonna ask you that earlier, but you know, I gotta know, like, what was the meaning behind Nice Doing Business with you? Why'd you pick that?
Because I feel like I have one of the covers that I have. It's not the main cover. But one of the covers I have is a handshake agreement between a black hand and a white hand. And the reason why I picked that as a alternative cover, and we're gonna have merch with that, because when in a handshake agreement, or when someone tells you now he's doing business with you, it got to that point because when they first began to do a deal, one person had one idea of the deal and another person had another idea of the deal.
And then why they were shaking hands.
Right. So I agree to what I agree to. And I don't know what the you really agree to until we get some money. Then, I ain't agree to that.
There'd be a lot more I don't agrees than there was. Hey, shit, we were on the right page.
Right. So once again, the best way to leave on business is nice doing business with you. You know what I'm saying? And the best way to get to the future is, hey, it was nice doing business with you, but I gotta skate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, we about these plays. I ain't just talking.
What do you see for 192, the future for that? Like, where are you trying to see it the next 10 years?
Multiple revenue streams, merch, my son being a superstar, model, me signing more artists, producing. Outside projects, obviously.
Where you been searching for like artists? If you were to go scouting tomorrow, where would you pack a bag, like you say, and where are you going?
Instagram.
Coldest answer yet. He said, "What you mean? I'm gonna wake up in the morning, I'm gonna pour my coffee, and I'm gonna turn this phone on.
Turn this phone on and get to that bag. It's gonna come right to my DM."
He said, "Man, I'm not going and skate. Man, I'm getting right on Instagram."
Right. I do this shit from the comfort of my own home.
Yeah. What do you feel about that, being, a part of the music game for so long and seeing where it's transitioned to streaming and social media? Like,
change is inevitable.
Right.
Just like when we went from heroin to crack, didn't we?
Yeah.
Same shit.
You don't feel like people having access to that watered it down just a little bit?
The same way we went from heroin.
Anyway,
same way we went from heroin to crack. Any product is subject. Any product that acquires popularity is subject to being diluted
or tainted.
Right.
Why I say tainted is because
or shaved or whatever you want.
Because think about the music that you were hearing from the 80s to the 90s to the early 2000s, and then to where it's at now.
Right.
But digital marketing has taken over the game. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Due to consumption.
It's allowed everybody in the door.
Right.
Where the music necessarily might not even be as good anymore, but because the resources are there.
Consumption.
It can get its due.
Right. And that's capitalism. Like I said, read a book.
I'm sure you knew what it was like.
Or get some information. Do what you gotta do.
I'm sure you knew what it was like to actually taking a pen and putting it to a pad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. 100%.
Somebody just
but eventually, because of capitalism, I had to leave that process. That shit started taking too long. Like, say what you gotta say so we can get to this bag. I didn't write the Grammy Family verse. I said that shit out my brain.
But not everybody is that talented. So when you see a lot of people try to
you got bad hustlers and everything. You're a bad hustler.
True.
I mean, you're just a bad hustler though. Honestly, too though, because once again, if this is your way, to eat, you gonna figure this shit out. Like, listen, even 50 Cent, he said it himself. Like, maybe I wasn't. Man, when 50 needed to eat after he got shot, them mixtapes, that nigga was making masterpieces.
But let's be real, the nigga could rap.
He said it himself. Maybe
that's doubting himself. And look, a lot of people could be 50 haters. At the end of the day, 50 brought bangers, and 50 could rap.
He could, but I think it's the drive is more. What he was trying to say was like, I was good, but the drive I had.
He brought his drive up. He caught it up. Right.
But that drive is a component that we can't leave out of the equation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you could be the most talented motherfucker with no drive, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere because you ain't about it.
This is true. But I just look at it, when it comes to people like 50, and how he even moved. Like, the nigga can rap though, and I don't want people to get that misconstrued, because there's people that come in that like, you really don't have the talent. You could still be in the arena. You could still find a way to be a part of music. You don't gotta be the rapper though. Yeah. If you can't rap or you can't sing or you can't hold, hey, don't come in. I just don't like slop rap, man. I don't like the shit, bro. That shit is sloppy, and it's like you said, there's no, you say putting a pen to a pad, it takes too much time. Well, look what they're doing, bro. That shit's sloppy. It's rushed.
Right. Nah, real shit.
They're even rapping faster than over the beat, because they're just trying to rush it.
Right.
Let's get it done and on to the next.
And niggas gotta, this shit is, it's just like when you with the interviews, like, you this is what you on. You know what I'm saying? And since you on this, it's like ain't no it's this. All the other shit out the window. Or I gotta shake because I gotta go to this LL shit.
No, you good. I'm about to close this out right now. I got it. You say you about to go to the LL shit?
Yeah.
That's about to be live.
He got a honorary dinner tonight and shit.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Man, hey, man, I'm about to get on your line, man. Just come slide through one time and come see what it's about.
Word.
Hey, I appreciate you for sliding through, coming and sitting down with me.
I didn't even know this shit was gonna be this live. Yeah. I can't wait till this shit come out, man. I'm excited for people to see us chop it, and once again, Nice Doing Business With You is available on all DSPs. September 27th via 192 Records. Let's get it. Let's go.
Man, that I'm sliding with you. We going to get some suits, man. We You dig what I'm saying? For Shark Tank, No Jumper, sharpest, coolest podcast in the world, man. Just got done sitting down with my man Consequence. Hey, Donnie, another triple double for the record books, baby. Shoot us out the motherfucking gym.